Good morning, everyone. Beautiful day, a little frosty, a little cool. We're just out for a walk. I was out for a little hunt. Just taking a tour and seeing if I can make another little trail here for maybe a couple of logs I'll bring into my mill. I was going to get at it this summer, but of course I was out fishing and that kind of thing. I've been up to a lot, so if you guys are just catching up with me, just a little bit of my life and off-grid here, just how I do things, a little different, and being prepared, things I do, and building, and all that kind of good stuff. So I've done some reviews on some products, and I know some people don't like watching reviews, but there's a lot of reviews on these products. I only review products that are I can use in my life here, off-grid, making things easier, that kind of stuff, and some of these things may help you. So I'm going to be showing you actually, I was pretty busy with reviews and stuff like that, but all this stuff that I set up, I've done a lot of work here this summer, and never had a chance to actually show you what I did. So I'm going to try and put together a video here so that you can understand, see what all I've been kind of building here and putting together with the help of a sponsor. So I'll be leaving the link. They've been a great sponsor. They've helped me out with boosting, power up so I can live here and have enough power for all the things that I need. So just the way I put all this stuff together, so it's a little bit review, but it's more just showing you how I put all the things together, what I use, the power stations I use, the batteries I use, and some of that. So, I've got enough power here that I have, I can run Wi-Fi, so we can shoot off satellite, so I'm able to do videoing, editing, all that kind of stuff. Without the power, well, I couldn't do it. So it's just a little trip through my life here, and if you want to know more about what I do, jump back through some of my videos if you enjoy it. It's just following my life, and it might be work, it might be milling, it might be fishing, it might be maybe sitting, having a fire, cooking something up, you never know. A little bit of everything. So I'm going to just jump back to some of this stuff. We got snow on the ground now. We've got about 4 inches, but there was no snow when I started putting some of this stuff together and getting it hooked up, and I just had a lot of footage of stuff that I was doing. So that's what my channel is about, stuff that I'm doing, and showing you steps that I take to do it and try and do it the easiest way I can. So we're just going to share some of the stuff that I've done over the last 2-3 weeks here, and haven't had time to show you. So you'll be able to see a little how I run my cabin and the system that I have, and how I put it together. So if you want to check out the link, and if you're interested in something, do so. If you're not, then just enjoy the video. It's just a little of what I put together, and Bluetti's helped me do it. So that's what a lot of this video is about, just how I've upgraded and put in some new stuff and extra power. So it all works. You guys enjoy. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, I'm busy filling woodshed again. I got half a load ton load, but hey, I might split a few of these blocks. Just haven't had time. That's a lot of kind of somewhat cured poplar. And I got a mixture of poplar spruce in there. This side here, poplar, spruce, tamarack. Mostly spruce and tamarack. So one side of my woodshed I fill one year, the other side I fill the next year. This side, and just keep moving back and forth. So half this woodshed, this is, can't remember, but I think it's 14 by 20. So I can put enough in here that I burn one side one winter in the cabin, burn the other side the next winter. So I'm working on next winter's wood. If you're going to be off grid, it's just something I do. So you'll see some of that probably in the next video or the one after, and just some of what I do. Yeah, it's laundry day. And some have asked, how do I dry my laundry? Well, I have a 4 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot dryer right there. So I can just hang everything and it dries very quick. Just closets, the way I set a few things up. And there's my sock dryer. That doesn't take very long. And so we're running everything here. Sorry about the noise. Makes a little fan noise there. But yeah, not much power coming in. She's cloudy today, 83 watts. 162 watts the washing machine's using. Goes into other cycles. It'll use as high as 600-700 when it first starts, but so there's your Apex 300. I'm charging stuff because each one of them has a USB port on them, so I can charge different things. Had to use my air pump, and thought I'd just top it off, charge her up, ready to roll. So hope you enjoy this. It's just a little of everything, but this is what I put together to run my cabin full time, and real use, not just a review on a product, but real use, and they definitely get used. So, you know, as I've added, I'm able to use more things, and that just makes off-grid that much easier. I know, he's kind of like a squirrel, but this is some upgrades, power upgrades I started to show you earlier. In a previous video, so we're just going to get back to what we're up to here on this wall. I know we're covering up a nice wall, but we'll change that next year when I put the other plan together. You know, we connect up some wires. That'll be a little addition. Now you know what I'm up to. Yes. More wiring. Just get this all together. I got a few different cables, so I'm changing some of it out. Get these pushed through. Oh, if you're following along, if you've seen the Solar X that I was 4K that I was putting up, I didn't have enough panels hooked up to it to fire it up, but she should fire up. It's got a couple more connections to make, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, extra parts here. Oh, I got some more wire coming for my other system. We will be showing you that too in the near future, but for now, we're just going to get this hooked up now, get to run the wires in. So I'm going to just set you down for a minute. Well, I plugged the last one in. Let's go have a look. Oh, we have a green light. So just make sure I use color coded here. So I got live, ground, live and positive, negative ground, and got this hole hooked in here. So we're at 95%, but our sun is pretty much gone. So I'm going to just hook this up. I'm going to snap it into the battery, and there's something going on. So we have a beautiful sunny day outside today. Well, the Solar X 4K is blinking, means it's charging. So as I showed you, we got the big cable comes down, hooks right in. There's different ways of charging the Apex 300, and so we're just going to have a look. Okay, well, I don't have a lot of solar panels out there, but I got enough to fire it. So we're actually running 1255 watts coming in. Before I hooked up the Solar X 4K, I was getting around 800-900. So I've added a couple of panels, and you know, it shows it's charging quite fine. So I have, you know, these B300K batteries, and so showing in previous videos, whether you have just, you know, an Apex, they're pretty heavy to pack around, but it's you know, grab it and go if you want, put it in your RV. But when you're hooking up extra batteries, like say, you always have one extra port, and so this will, if I had enough panels, this will allow it to bring in 4,000 watts. Now this other cable hanging here is the one I was using, and if you run the XT60 cables in, there's a place for two of them right here, but you can only run 1200 watts maximum with each one. So there's a couple of different cables that you can get with the system if that's the way you're running it, and you can only bring in 3500 watts total, you know, if you're using the other cables. Using the big cable here and the Solar X 4K, we're able to bring in 4,000 watts. So yeah, it's still running good. You know, I have 4 340 watt panels and 2 260 watt panels, so you know, it should get up a little higher. full sun, but for now it's doing well. So you can see it's charging. You can see the lights blinking on the batteries here. It means it's charging. This is kind of off the side of my cabin, so it gives me a little extra space and that kind of thing. But always nice to do some upgrades, pull in a little more power. Short daylight hours are coming, so you know this Apex all around. You know, if you're hooking up a system for backup at your house, anything like that, you can you know, hook up a system like this. I mean, you can actually hook up and stack, you know, 6 batteries with each one of these. You could add an extra Apex 300, and people can set them up if they're using you know, electric car, AV charging, and you can charge off of these, charge your car. You're packing a lot of power when you have some batteries with your Apex 300. They're just an awesome unit. You know, there's different ways, like I said, of charging, that kind of thing. If we do run into really cloudy days, no sun, I've got the AC cable attached here that goes to a generator, which I haven't had to use, but we're not in December yet, so we're going to get shorter days. Is a possibility, but I'm working towards not using a gas generator at all. And you know, I run my cabin, and if you're new to my channel, follow my videos, I have full-size refrigerator and freezer and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, using a toaster, Keurig machine, I use it all, and it all runs off the Apex. So, you know, my cabin is 100% off grid, but it's also, I do have running water, power, of course, but not connected to any grid ties anywhere. This works pretty awesome. So if you're looking for different units, they do have different ones. You can start smaller if you're just RV life a little bit, or you look at these bigger ones, are very little more money, and you can add a lot of extra batteries if that's what you're looking for. Now, space-wise, you know, you're looking at this space, you know, they're just about 24 inches long. You know, they're sticking out a little bit. If you got a little cupboard that's 16 by 24, 3 or 4 batteries, and there's your cupboard top, you know, you can close it and hide it so that as long as, you know, it can breathe when it's trying to cool itself. It's not hard to put a system like this in and make it work for you. So hope you guys all enjoyed the video and the new solar X4K that I've hooked up here. And a lot of off-grid systems have a lot of wires running everywhere. I do not. I've kept everything very simple, straight from the solar panels, straight in. I am going to put in my DC cutoff here is going to be in here this week, and I'll be installing that just so that if I have to work on something, I can shut it off without going out and unplugging wires when there's you know, 200 volts out there. You don't want to be playing with that kind of power. So be careful what you touch. If you don't know what you're doing, read your instructions and you know, do it safely. Thank you all for watching. Yes, just another job here that has to be done. You see, I got a ground cable here, and it's going to be mounted to grounding plate, and not just stuck in the dirt, and that will all get buried. But that means, yeah, that's right, we're going to go down right here, and before the ground gets too hard, I'll get this out of the way. And ground is not really that hard yet, so we're going to be just digging down, getting down into the clay really good here beside the foundation. And I'll just show you rather than show you every shovelful. We'll show you when we get her done. Yeah, there's that yellow clay. That's where we want to be. So let's just get that leveled off and see if the plate will fit. Yeah, I want to make sure we got lots of copper showing there. This is a number 8. So we're just going to stick that in there, and we're going to tighten this thing up as tight as we can tighten it. Got a ratchet here, so you know, if I set it the right way to tighten it. You want everything tightened up good, and when you're playing with a bit of power, you just want to make sure that you're grounded. Sorry, I can't really do this with one hand, so, but we're going to get it in the hole. We're down there a couple feet, so it should be good. I'm getting dripped on here. There's snow melting off the roof, but glad the ground ain't froze yet, so I'll get that ground in there, get it buried up, and we'll see you guys on another project. Yeah, we just camped it in a few layers. Just put the old boots to it so it's back down. Used all the dirt. And always make sure to keep a little bit of slope away from your building. It will carry most of your moisture away. Oh, there, it's done. One of the jobs that needed to be done before the frost, so is done. I took it out of the box. We're going to try this out and see how it works. It's got all kinds of buttons and straps. So, pretty windy today. We got a awesome little pocket with the instructions, warranty cards, and the cables. So we're going to just try and put this together without the wind blowing it down, and we're going to see what we can get for power. This is a 350 watt solar panel. So there's just snaps both sides, and as you can see here, these are snapped. These are going to be the legs for on the back. So let's fold it out. Fold it out. Let's have a look. See what we get for sun. Of course, it's November. First week, just about gone. We'll just pull these legs out. Now they are adjustable, so you can drop it back a little more. I've got a little bit of sunshine coming there, so let's just plug it in here. Now I got a AC200L here, and when you order them, make sure you come with solar cables. They usually just come with the cable, cigarette lighter cable, and the AC cable. So let's just plug these together. 1, 2. Now we got a little bit of shade right there. Now let's see what we're gonna. Yeah, she's climbing a little. We're running about 100, a little over 100. We got clouds and we got treetops, so you can kind of see where the sun is. A little bit out here, I wanted to see exactly what it would bring, but I was busy, didn't get out, but we're still getting 100 watts coming in. So it's charging the AC200L. This is a 2400 watt inverter, 2048 hot hour battery. These are, this is an awesome little unit. So now with the solar panel, I'm going to get it mounted. I'm actually going to mount this permanently, but you will see me using it out in the summer, camping, that kind of thing. Those of you that have been following me for a while, you know I have a camping rig that I'm out with quite a bit. And that's going to be an awesome little unit to take along. But for winter, for a little extra power, we're going to mount this up on the shop. So we'll show you how we get it mounted up there. Looks like a good spot. We're just going to run the wires through and get her screwed down, and we'll see how it works when it turns out tomorrow. Well, after 6 trips up and down the roof, I had to go inside to make sure the wires go through, and the hole wasn't big enough, so I had to make it bigger. But this is what I want to do. And I want to get it up. I want to get it up so the snow doesn't bother it. Our sun is way in the south now, so I'm going to try and do up there. Windy. Yeah, see if we can lift it from here. Pull the strap and get it kind of straight, kind of level. How's that? Does that look pretty straight, guys? One more at the end. Oh, too high. I missed that. Gotta come down. Gotta come down. Oh yeah, there's my pencil. Sorry guys. I'll come down to about there. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt the panels. I've got nice rubber washers. So we just button her up, a couple more screws, and we're going to get a little shade when the sun gets around like it is now, but we're pretty much centered. We're going to get as much sun as we're going to get. Well, for those of you that don't know how I make my toast, being 100% off grid, get in there. Yes, I use a toaster. It's off grid, but I use a toaster. Oops. So in the box comes some instructions, follow the instructions. It comes with a bag of hardware, all kinds of good heavy duty bolts and lugs and whatnot that go together. Also comes with these metal brackets. There's 4 of these. So if you're mounting these in your van or anything like that, they bolt together and bolt to your batteries. These are just going to be sitting right here for now. This is a 314 amp hour battery. Long cycles life. It's an IP65 triple protection. So we have communication cables, that kind of stuff, all the hardware, templates, and this is going to, I run 12 volt on my water pump, and I've got a light in this room, of course. You want to have a light that's 12 volt or whatever in case your power should go down for any reason. So, you know, I keep a couple things 12 volt. This here is going to replace all this. PEX 300. Got a 3840 watt or inverter, and I got the B300K batteries, and I got a Solar X here hooked up, so it'll actually bring in up to 4,000 watts with this big cable and stuff here. So I hope you guys check out the deals they have. They have lots of them, and some awesome discounts through the Black Friday and everything. Bluetti has helped me out here, and I've really appreciated the products. Have been awesome for me. I mean, I run my whole cabin. I do my laundry, full-size washing machine in there, all that stuff, and I run it all off these batteries. So we can see here that the toaster's pulling just about 900 watts. We don't have much sun, so we're only getting 91 watts today. It'll crank up. I've got enough panels I can get about 1500 watts coming in on a good sunny day, so it charges things up pretty good.